always, the beginning of the season is very crazy here. We jump from one role to another, and yes, we started with Romeo and Juliet, beautiful ballet. I'm performing tonight the role of Juliet. And this time around, I perform with a very new Romeo. He has never done before, Marty. So it's very exciting for me to be able to find this role of find Juliet again with a different partner. And we had a premiere and we went straight to Bangkok on tour. We had a gala performance there and I danced 3 pieces: Spring Waters, Don Quixote, and Onegin third act Paredon. So yeah, for one gala it's a lot to change from role to role, completely different roles. Yes, I had 20 minutes to change from Kitri to Onegin, drama into Don Quixote, so it was pretty fun. And yeah, now we're back in Stuttgart after a very long flight. I still a bit like jet lag, I don't know. And tonight we have the show. I started with rhythmic gymnastic. When I was 8 years old, I was very elastic and dancing always around, and my mom was like, "What am I gonna do with you?" So they put me in rhythmic gymnastic in the school. And yeah, I did a few competitions, I liked it, but I wasn't like fully giving. And then at one point, I realized that I actually liked more to do ballet. And then I went to the conservatory in Valencia, and I started there with 11 years old. I remember very well, because they always say, yes, when you're doing rhythmic gymnastics, it's very easy, the transition, because you're more elastic, you can do a lot of things. But I remember doing my audition for ballet, and okay, everybody was saying, now point shoes. And I was like, I don't have point shoes, I've never had point shoes in my life. What is that? So in some things, yes, it helped a lot. In others, I had to start from zero. So I spent there 5 years of my life, of my student life. And then, thank you for a scholarship from Prix de Lausanne, I ended up in Royal Ballet School. I felt like a Billy Elliot going to the Royal Ballet, literally, going from a small, with less resources place in Valencia to the big Royal Ballet. It was a huge experience for me, very special. And it's only then when I start thinking of a ballet career in the future. Before I was just doing ballet, like, yeah, I like it. It's hard, but I am committed. But only in London, I thought, oh wow, I could, be a ballerina, be in big opera house doing beautiful ballets. And yeah, I thanked a lot the Royal Ballet for that. Yes, I remember very well my graduation performance at the Royal Opera House. We did The Dream from Frederick Aston. I was Tatiana in the role. And it was an amazing experience it kind of was the touch of how your professional life could be. And in the school, of course, you're still a student, they take care of you, but there you start to doing roles that they were professional roles. I remember I was wearing the Alina Kojokaru's costume, and I was in this opera house with the makeup, with the changing rooms. So everything was kind of a dream, no? And it was very beautiful. I remember too, there was a lot of injuries. The guys kind of got injured from my class. So they had to call a principal dancer from Birmingham Royal Ballet to come to dance with me, the role, the main role. So it was very, very special, everything. I remember very well my time in London. And then I came here for the audition. My life has been like, I have to say, sometimes I think, what about if I made other choices? But I don't know, like sometimes in few interviews people say like, oh, what was your dream? What did you wanted to arrive? Like when you were little, what you wanted to be, or in which company you wanted to dance? I had no idea. For me, it has been a path that I took, I follow, and I end up in really beautiful places, or even places that I feel I belong. So I never had like a direction in my head, I just kind of follow the flow. And I end up here, and this is my 14th season already. So I guess I end up in a good place. So my first time in Stuttgart, my first season, I was an apprentice. So normally you're in the starting, you don't get to dance so much, but I remember very well my first ballet here, and it was Giselle. And because I was the smallest one from the corps de ballet, the smallest one in the company, I was the first one on the line. And I remember being so scared to do all the changes right, because I couldn't see in the back. So that was my first ballet. And then we went on tour straight away to China to do Onegin there. And then it's when I fell in love with the Krankos. Because I heard of them before, but I don't think, I didn't see them, I didn't dance them, I didn't live them. So my first season in the company, I think we did Onegin and Taming of the Shrew, and I fell in love with the ballets. I thought, I was not dancing the main roles, but only the corps de ballet was so special, was so much fun. You dived into the story so well, and I think from that moment on I knew I just wanted to dance all the Krankos. I actually was very lucky through my career here, because I got to dance almost like the big 3 ballets of Kranko. My first one was Romeo and Juliet, that I'm dancing tonight. I was, I don't know, like 20-something years old, 22, and it was very beautiful. It's a role that's so easy to throw yourself to. You don't need to think, the steps are there for the role, and you just need to enjoy it and throw yourself and trust your partner and really live it. So they're very beautiful in that sense. And then the second one was Taming of the Shrew. It was a really fun ballet to dance. I had a lot of fun on the stage, and I think it's amazing to be able to transform, to be a character that I think is something of Cranko that is also something that I love, is that you're not a ballerina on the stage, you're a human being. You can walk like a human being on the street, you can feel like one, and I think that is what is so special about them, that I feel the public sits down and see the ballet and see the main character or any other character and feel identified with them. And they don't idealize that figure of the ballerina. It's just a normal person that you can feel and live with them. So Taming was a very completely different character. Also doing humor, it's very difficult. I have to say it's easier to make people cry than to make people laugh, I think. So that was really challenging but very amazing role to do. And my last one was Tatiana from Onegin, one of his masterpieces. I think in the world of the ballet is so well known, the ballet of Onegin, and I think if somebody has seen that ballet, they will agree with me that it's just a piece of art. So I got very lucky to got to dance them, but also apart from that, actually my first ballet here as the main role, it was Swan Lake when I was 19 years old. I remember perfectly, I think it was my third season in the company, so I was very young. And I remember the boss took me, I was like, Elisa, you're dancing in Swan Lake. I was like, okay, which role, the little swans or something? He's like, no, Odette, Odile. And I was like, I was so in shock. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I'm so young, and I had no idea. But yeah, I did it, and I think that it's kind of ripped the bandage off after doing that. I think it took me a while to get so scared on the stage, because normally I think, oh, at least I'm not 19 having to do a Swan Lake. No, I always think like there is worst case scenario. So that helped me a lot in my career to be able to build a confidence and not being scared of throwing yourself on the stage. I think I'm more an Odile, because I don't know why they always say maybe Spanish, flirting around, just looking, fast movements. I'm more that type of dancer, but I'm not so mean, so I'm very nice person, so I don't think I'm that. In that sense, Odette. What I miss about Spain, the food, the weather, my family. Yeah, a lot of things, very different countries, but you find in each of them like the beauty, I'm very happy also in Germany to be living here for a while. I feel like home. Also, I feel that even though we are in the Stuttgart Ballet, we're in such a bubble here that sometimes you don't even realize that you live in Germany, because the company is so international that it becomes your family, and yes, you feel like you're in a different universe, that all the cultures are mixed up, all the languages, all the people. So that's something really rich for a person to have that. I think I've danced many roles. I think I had achieved the dreams of a ballerina to be dancing these roles. But I do believe that if you don't have any more dreams or achievements, like I could retire. No? So every day I try to put myself dreams and little hopes and discover new ballets, because I feel I haven't really discovered new ballets yet. And yeah, get myself assignment for the new thing and to do ballet different ways and things like that. So I'm still have that Excitement. Disaster, oh. Okay, I'm lucky, I'm gonna touch some wood, I'm dancing tonight. I'm lucky disaster, no so bad, but I had already twice to improvise on the stage. Because my partners, I was dancing a pas de deux with a partner, and he got, both of them, at different times, they got injured. I remember dancing La Fille Margate, and after the male solo, he leaves, and then I start with the coda, and then in the back of my eye, I'm like, I see something's going on the wings, and the guy's on the floor with a lot of doctors, something is happening, and I'm like, okay, super quick, what do? I'm already on the stage, improvise the coda alone. I was dancing, I was telling the corps de ballet, leave me, come on guys. Everybody came to the stage and I was just finished them alone there. It's crazy how I think we have a chip that suddenly in this situation, your nature comes through and you're like, what I'm gonna do? The other time was doing a pas de deux from Dances at the Gathering, and I did the whole pas de deux alone. I was just doing things alone. So that chip, that instinct just came through so fast, and I still remember it, and I think, wow, how could I do that? How did I do that? So that was my disaster, so not so bad. I have to say I had a lot of memorable shows here in Stuttgart. Actually, no long time ago, I did one of a dream role that I had in my will or in my soul. We did Initials from Cranko, and the third movement, it was created for Marcia, and it was my first time dancing it last season. And I think that was one of the most beautiful ballets to dance, with the music, with the movements. You just dive yourself into it, and it's like about 10 minutes of, it feels like you are hypnotized, and then you finish and you're like, what happened? So I was really happy to be able to have done that. And then I remember a special moment that I danced, my first time dancing in London after I left the school. I think I did Giselle with the English National Ballet a few years back, and I remember it was a very special show because for me it was coming back to a place that I'd grown up on or with, and I remember being special, being also very nervous, but it was very nice too. Yeah, and many more that I probably don't remember.